It was just past midnight when Officer Darren Hayes rolled up on Maple Avenue, a quiet street lined with shuttered shops and dim streetlights. The air smelled of rain, damp asphalt, and a faint hint of exhaust. Darren had been working late, exhausted and frustrated by yet another night of paperwork and petty crime reports. When he saw the sleek black sedan parked under a flickering street lamp, he decided it was the perfect target to flex a little authority. The man sitting inside, calm and composed, looked completely unbothered by the flashing lights approaching him. Darren's mind raced with assumptions. Late-night car, dark windows, suspicious behavior. Without a second thought, he opened the car door, slipped a small bag of white powder onto the passenger's seat, and prepared his report, drug possession. Arrest warranted. The man inside barely flinched. "Evening, officer," he said smoothly, a faint smile on his lips. "Is there a problem?" Darren hesitated for a fraction of a second, caught off guard by the man's composed voice. There was no fear, no defensiveness, only calm, quiet dignity. "Just a routine check," Darren muttered, trying to mask the adrenaline in his chest. As he wrote his notes, Darren noticed the man reaching into his briefcase. Out came a small folder filled with official government seals and credentials. Darren's eyes widened when he realized whose name was on the badge. Marcus Ellington, director of the FBI. Time froze. Darren's mind raced, then slammed into reality. The man he had assumed was a low-level troublemaker, the man he had just tried to frame, was one of the most powerful law enforcement figures in the country. I can explain," Darren stammered, his heart hammering. But Marcus simply leaned back, still calm, still dignified, and studied Darren with eyes that seemed to see right through every hesitation, every insecurity. Instead of calling for backup or pressing charges, Marcus reached out, placing a steady hand on Darren's shoulder. "Officer Hayes," he said quietly, "I understand pressure. I've been in situations where judgment can slip, where assumptions can cloud reality. But it's never too late to make things right." Darren felt a lump in his throat. Guilt, fear, shame, all colliding into one overwhelming wave. He had made a choice in a split second, and that choice could have ruined a man's life. But instead of retaliation, Marcus offered understanding. "Walk with me," Marcus continued, stepping out of the car. "Let's talk." Under the streetlight, rain starting to patter softly on the asphalt, Marcus didn't lecture, didn't yell. He simply asked Darren about his life, his struggles, his fears. Darren, shaking, admitted the long hours, the pressure from superiors, the creeping feeling of inadequacy. And Marcus listened, really listened. Hours passed unnoticed. Darren felt a strange sense of relief in the presence of someone so unexpectedly kind. Marcus wasn't there to humiliate or punish. He was there to remind Darren of the humanity he often overlooked in others. By the time Darren finally drove home, he carried more than just relief. He carried a renewed sense of responsibility, of the impact of every decision, and of the power of compassion. The black sedan disappeared into the night, leaving Darren standing in the rain, awestruck by the gravity of what had just occurred. And though Darren never expected it, that night marked the beginning of a subtle but profound transformation. A single moment of humility, an act of patience and understanding, had opened a door Darren didn't even know existed. A door toward integrity, empathy, and a deeper awareness of what it meant to truly serve.